Welcome to Mobile Home Friend YouTube channel, your go-to resource for everything manufactured housing.
Welcome to another deep dive from Mobile Home Friend. Today, we are looking at whether you can move a mobile home twice based on our latest research at mobilehomefriend.com. So have you ever stumbled across just an absolute steal or a used manufactured home and thought, hey, can I just pack this whole thing up and drop it on my own land? It's a question we get all the time. Can you just strap some wheels to it like a giant RV? Let's jump straight into the brutal truth and look at the physical and legal reality of moving a home that's already settled down for a second time. The short answer? Yes. But honestly, it is almost always a terrible idea. Chuck O'Dell has over 23 years of first principles real estate experience under his belt, and his logic here is absolutely uncompromising. Trying to execute a secondary move without running a strict cost-to-equity diagnostic first is a massive financial and structural risk. You are quite literally gambling with thousands of dollars. Section 1. Structural stress and HUD. Okay, let's dive into this structural reality. The basic fact is that these homes are specifically designed to go from the factory to their first site. They are not built to be perpetual nomadic structures. Think about it. The highway transit subjects the wood framing and the steel chassis to immense torsional stress. It acts exactly like a continuous, low-grade earthquake on the structure. Imagine putting your entire house inside a giant paint shaker. That intense shaking severely fatigues the outrigger welds, cracks the drywall, and loosens the plumbing connections hidden behind the walls. Now, let's look at the legal side, which completely builds on those structural issues. There is a massive federal cutoff date you literally need to memorize, June 15th, 1976. This is the exact date HUD established strict federal construction standards. If your structure was built before this date, it is officially and legally classified as an older mobile home, and it legally cannot be moved a second time under almost any circumstances. Transport insurance just won't touch it. Post-1976, it's considered a modern manufactured home, which brings a whole different set of strict modern rules. For those post-1976 homes, you absolutely must check the red HUD data plate on the exterior. This plate dictates the specific wind, roof, and thermal zones the home was engineered to handle. If you try to move a home from a low-wind Zone 1 region into a stricter coastal Zone 3 region, you are directly violating federal guidelines, and local inspectors will render your setup legally uninhabitable. If you want the full technical breakdown on HUD plates, check the post on mobilehomefriend.com. Section 2. The true multi-move costs. Now, the actual physics of moving a manufactured home twice requires some meticulous and, frankly, incredibly expensive preparation. Moving a home twice isn't exactly a fun weekend DIY project. It's a grueling, physical step-by-step process of uprooting a settled home. First, you have to disconnect the utilities and strip all the skirting. Then, you're slicing the tie-downs and jacking up a massive, heavy chassis just to bolt on axles and tires. And a quick warning here, older subterranean components are highly vulnerable to mechanical breakdown. You might be wrestling with some very stubborn, rusty steel. Take a look at the shocking baseline numbers on this breakdown. A lot of folks kind of assume they just need to pay a trucker a transport fee and boom, they're done. Yeah, right. As we noted on the site, the transport quote is only a fraction of your total liability. You've got teardown labor, state permits, escort cars, and the insanely expensive reset phase. Just look specifically at that bottom number for a second to really drive home the sticker shock of secondary site preparation. You are looking at a massive hidden cost of $7,000 to $13,000 just for the reset, leveling, and tie-down anchors on a double-wide home. You cannot just drop a multi-move manufactured home onto raw dirt. Local codes universally require engineered foundations. Section 3. The financing dead end. Now, what's really interesting about this next point is that it is the ultimate deal killer. We're talking about the permanent financial obsolescence of a secondary move. Here is the absolute hard truth. When a home is sitting happily on its original site, it retains its eligibility for Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, and VA mortgage loans. But the very moment you move that home a second time, it is permanently disqualified from these traditional low-interest loans. Think about what this means for you. Your buyer pool instantly shrinks to cash-only investors or buyers who are forced into high-interest chattel loans the moment the home leaves its original foundation. You are literally destroying the retail value of the asset. And to make matters worse, national insurance carriers also view these uprooted homes as extreme liabilities. Many of them will completely deny comprehensive coverage due to the hidden structural twisting that happens on the highway. That twisting can cause major roof separation or even microscopic cracks in electrical conduits, which can easily lead to post-move electrical fires. The underwriting risk is just way too high for them.
Section 4. Your actionable move checklist. Let's shift to the solution phase for those of you stubborn enough to proceed anyway, because honestly, some homes are just structural liabilities waiting to implode on the highway. So look out for these brutal physical warning signs before you even think about handing over your earnest money. If you look underneath and see flaking rust or bowed I-beams, or if you step inside and see sagging marriage walls, walk away. Also, check municipal age limits. Many progressive destination parks simply ban older homes entirely, so you don't want to pay to move a home to a county that's just going to hand you an eviction notice. If the home miraculously passes that initial visual check, here is your rapid-fire, high-value due diligence checklist. You need to verify that HUD plate status, hire someone to conduct a frame twist analysis, aggressively audit your target zoning, check the underbelly wrap integrity, mandate triple-line carrier insurance from your movers, and run a hard financing check. You can find our full structural breakdown and more guides by checking the Mobile Home Friend website. I want to leave you with this provocative final thought. Are you prepared to assume a $0 retail resale value? Because that is the true financial reality you accept the moment you decide to lift that home off its original foundation. Thanks for watching. For more guides and the full article on this topic, head over to mobilehomefriend.com. Don't forget to check the links in the description below.
Thanks for watching. For more technical guides on this topic, click the link to see the in-depth article over at mobilehomefriend.com. There are many more informational dives into manufactured home topics to investigate and keep your project moving forward.